Freezing temperatures are possible once again as we go through Monday night and into Tuesday morning. And then from there, we go from freezing temperatures to record-breaking heat possible by the end of the week and into the weekend. The good news, we are storm-free over the next week, but those temperatures certainly sending us on quite the roller coaster. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Jake Lambright. Don't forget, you can always stream our latest forecast over on KSLA.com, and make sure you're following us on our social media platforms for the latest with all things weather. All right, let's go ahead and dive right into your forecast. This is where we started off with temperatures this morning across much of our area. This is Monday morning, March 16th, and you'll notice a lot of mid-30s out there and low 30s north of the I-30 corridor. Now, these were just air temperatures. Winds have been blowing very, very strong all day, especially during the morning hours. It made it feel much cooler out there than our actual air temperatures. In fact, here's a look at some of our max wind gusts since midnight, and you'll notice some parts of the ArkLaTex have seen gusts closer to 40 miles per hour. Mount Pleasant being one of those with a max gust of 37 miles per hour. It was breezy here across the ArkLaTex, and wind gusts were even stronger just to our west, out toward the Dallas-Fort Worth metro, and even out to our southeast, out toward the Baton Rouge area. Again, a very, very strong wind day for us across the ArkLaTex. Let me actually go back just a little bit. I can tell you a little bit why we saw those strong winds. So we had that front move through yesterday, brought us those showers and storms, that cold front you see all the way in southern Georgia and parts of Florida. Behind it, though, our pressure gradient was really tight. You see those black lines that I put there on your screen? They're really close together. When we have a tight pressure gradient like that, that means generally we can expect stronger winds. Now, watch what happens as we go through the night tonight. Let's take note of how close together those lines are now. As we go later into the evening, you notice those lines start to space themselves apart further and further. So that pressure gradient isn't as strong. As a result, our winds, thankfully, also won't be as strong. So by tomorrow morning, wind gusts are very, very light. And even though temperatures will be a little bit cooler and actually at or below freezing, thankfully, I'm not expecting winds to be really strong and contribute to frigid feels like temperatures. Speaking of those freezing temps, we've got a freeze warning in place from Dallas through the entire ArkLaTex, and this freeze warning actually covers a lot of the state of Louisiana. It goes all the way down to the I-10 corridor, so think Lake Charles, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, the North Shore of New Orleans, all included under this freeze warning. So it covers a large area, basically from parts of West Texas through most of Louisiana, most of Arkansas. It covers the entire states of Mississippi, Alabama, most of Georgia, and goes all the way back into South Carolina. So again, this is quite a large area across the southeast United States that will see freezing temperatures overnight tonight. So don't forget, people, pets, and plants all need a warm place to stay tonight. For us in the ArkLaTex, and really for anyone watching maybe northern or central Louisiana, temperatures will be below freezing tonight, but I'm not expecting a hard freeze. Even for those in the ArkLaTex north of I-30, you can see temperatures in the upper 20s. We won't be there for a long enough duration to really have to worry about pipes, which is great news. Let's take a look at those temperatures for tomorrow morning. You'll see Marshall starting off 27, 29 in Shreveport, possibly as cool as 22 in DeQueen. These are morning lows or morning temperatures for Tuesday, March 17th. You'll notice a couple mid and upper 20s there. As you head towards some of our southern counties and parishes, a pretty cold morning nonetheless, so make sure that you bundle up, grab that coat as you head out the door. The good news is high temperatures tomorrow will be warmer than they were today. Parts of the ArkLaTex didn't make it out of the 40s, others in the very low 50s. Tomorrow will be better. We'll talk more about that in your 7-day in just a minute. What I do want to focus in on is the record-breaking heat. We go from highs in the upper 40s and low 50s on Monday to highs getting close to 90 by Friday and possibly hitting 90 in some spots over the weekend. That is quite the contrast in just 5 days. So this is a look at your temperatures Friday afternoon. Parts of the ArkLaTex could be in the mid-80s, others could be in the upper 80s. Then Saturday's the day where I think parts of the area will hit 90 degrees in mid to late March. It's just not something that happens all that much, and we will be getting very, very close to either tying records or breaking records Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm going to be watching that very closely. Of course, when you have temperatures this warm in March, it's no surprise that we could be breaking some records. Sunday afternoon's kind of a repeat. We're back upper 80s, low 90s, and then after that, we are a little bit cooler as we head into the start of next week. Still very warm, but high temperatures will be in the upper 80s. So between now and then, let's see the progression of temperatures each day. Upper 40s, low 50s for Monday. Of course, we're at our afternoon high right around the time I'm recording this. We're kind of skip ahead to Tuesday, about 10 degrees warmer, 10 to 15 degrees warmer. Wednesday, highs are back to the mid-70s. That's where we get a little bit above average, but kind of close to it. And then from there, temperatures soar above the average. 82 for Thursday, 88 Friday, 90 for Saturday and Sunday. The good news, though, we'll kind of wrap things up with your first alert 7-day forecast. The good news is storm chances are slim to none. Not expecting any kind of rain really over the next week. Just very warm temperatures, lots of sunshine. So if you've been kind of rained in here lately, it will be a great week to spend time outdoors as long as you love that warm weather. If you don't, get out there and enjoy it Tuesday and Wednesday, because from there, again, we're back in the 80s and 90s for the foreseeable future. Just kind of looking ahead at some of the mid to longer range stuff, it does look like we'll likely stay above average temperature-wise as we get closer to the end of the month of March, but potentially our pattern becoming a little more active in the next 10 days to 2 weeks. Again, a long way out. I can't say anything definitively there, but we'll be watching that closely. Of course, it is spring. We will see rain. We will see thunderstorms again at some point, so we'll be watching it closely as we get closer to then. Again, don't forget, you can download our KSLA app to see forecasts like this first. We stream every day, First Alert Weather Breakdown podcast at 10:30 in the morning. Make sure that you are subscribed to us on YouTube, you're following us on social media platforms, and you have the KSLA News 12 app downloaded for the latest with your weather information. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll have another forecast update for you coming soon.